So I was saying. So one particular feature about this plant is that it's it has black hair. It's a black hair type. So it has black hair along the stem instead of a sheet, like usually dendrobium do. But they did such a great job packaging this. They put a good amount of paper along the leaves to protect them. All the leaves looks pretty intact. Perhaps that's a little nicked in there, but very minimal. Um, very minimal damage to the leaf. It's really survived really well. Um, yeah, so this plant itself requires a winter rest. So right now I'm just gonna treat it as such. But for the next, I guess, few weeks, probably next month, I will treat it like I would just continue watering it every week, um, and see whether just because of the stress of traveling, I think it will appreciate some watering. Um, I might let me see what's going on in here. It has a cake in there, and it seems like it's growing. But the rest of the plant, it doesn't seem like it has new growth. Well, it has kind of one new cane here. And this one, yeah, this one's still kind of growing still. So I'm gonna keep on watering it. Oh my God, look at this beauty. Again, gagging. I am gagging. Well, this is gorgeous. So let me show you. This is from Triton Orchids. I don't know if you can see. Triton, Triton Orchids in Louisiana. And this is a tobaense variety giganteum, as I mentioned before. You have beautiful packaging. The specimen is, I mean, beautiful. I was suspecting something way smaller, like tiny. But this is a beautiful cane, beautiful mature cane. Yeah, I can't wait to. I'll probably leave them out here, just as a measure. Like I don't put them in the greenhouse right away, but I'll definitely water them and just. I like to give a little 24-hour, 48 hours kind of observation just in case. I don't know, just to be on the safe part in terms of any bugs or anything. But I mean, the plant looks pristine. It looks pristine. It looks fine. The leaves are shiny. Yeah, super healthy. Yeah, you might need a little water, but other than that, it's just thriving. I'm very happy with these two orchids that I got today. So both are intermediate growers. The Toviense, it requires a winter rest in terms of temperature, so it requires at least a drop in temperature during the night, and during the day at least a differential of -5 degrees. Um, it's grows in the, I think it's called Tova Lake in China. Um, that's what it gets the name tobaense. And I read that for the water, like the dendrobiums usually they do require the winter rest is, or some types of dendrobiums require the winter rest in which both temperature and watering, as well as the feeding, should be diminished. However, for this particular kind, it's only the temperature, but the watering, I read that during the winter month, in their natural habitat, they do get more water. So they require more water, but it's only the temperature that changes. So it has to get colder. So I'm gonna see how much I can I can duplicate that, and also another thing, like it's that might be the setting on the on nature, right, or how it behaves in nature. But I'm also gonna see and watch what's doing here, you know, because yeah, I mean that's what you have to do with your plants. Just look at them and see what's going on with them. So yeah, so I'm very excited with this too. I'm very happy. And yeah, I will have to give you an update whenever this blooms. I think this will be able, I mean, this cane looks, it looks pretty developed. I don't know if it's mature enough to bloom. It may bloom. We just have to see, you know, like we actually have to just get it going and treat it well and see with the winter rust what it does if it's start losing its leaf, and just keep an eye on it, you know. Right now I need to like probably put it in a heavier pot because it's quite of a nice, you know, this cane, it's at least almost 2 feet, yeah, almost 2 feet, like a feet, like a foot and 9 inches. So that's pretty healthy. And these babies, yeah, that they're definitely still growing. So I'm just gonna treat it as just keep on watering it, and I'm gonna feed it. I think I'm gonna feed it until it tells me otherwise. Until I notice that, you know, it's not either the growth has stalled and start dropping its leaf. So I've just take it day by day, you know. So thank you so much. I think that's. Let me show you this other guy so it doesn't get jealous. So I got, we got here dendrobium, tobaense, and then we got this little tiny guy, which I love miniature orchids. So I was not expecting to be this tiny, to be honest, but yeah, we'll see. I think they do grow a little bigger. But supposedly these are actually, I don't know, I wish you can see it. It has a beautiful cane. It's kind of purplish. And these are fattier kind. Um, so yeah, we'll see how is this doing. It looks good. It looks, it needs some water for sure. But yeah, this one likes to be humid at all times and shady. This is just regular grower. Yeah, just dendrobium. I think typical water and feeding behavior. And this one requires watering every day, probably twice a day in the summer month, and then some feeding. For feeding, it requires once a week at least, a quarter of strength of your natural um, whatever feeding. I usually do fish emulsion, which is a low concentrate fertilizer and sort of natural, and then I do osmocote, which is a slow release fertilizer, and I usually prepare some little sachets. I will have to show you later on the greenhouse. I prepared these little sachets, and especially for the kind for this mounted orchids, I usually place them with a tag right on top of the orchid, so every time I water it, I spray the sachet and it kind of sprayed onto the roots. And it's been efficient. Like plants really are happy with that application. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, happy growing. See you, and yeah, we'll give you an update some other time. Take care. Bye.